So we were out here in Tuttle, Oklahoma for the Mahan family, and it was a rather large tear off. Luckily, we had 10 guys on this crew. There were 3 layers of felt to tear off under the shingles, and your regular felt, your tar paper, that weighs about 3 to 4 times the amount of the synthetic felt that we use today. So typically you'll have some of the guys with pitchforks while the other ones are carrying the shingles and the felt and actually dumping them into the trailer, as you see here. So what you're seeing here with these 2 gentlemen walking with near 100 pounds of shingles and felt tore off on their heads, it's actually quite impressive. As this is a steep roof, while no synthetic felt has yet been laid, it's also not the grippiest. So you do see styrofoam pieces scattered amongst the roofs. For your more dangerous areas, it does provide quite a bit of traction and grip as they're throwing these off the roof here. Now, once this roof is tore off, the next step is going to be to deck it over. But before we can lay down any kind of OSB decking, we're going to have to hit those nails down so there's a flat surface. Now, insurance actually paid for this home to be decked over, and there are 2 qualifying factors in determining whether insurance will pay or not. 1, does the homeowner have code upgrades on their policy? And 2, are the boards spaced? The decking boards that currently exist, is there space in between them to where a nail could shoot through and miss the wood altogether? And if there is, then yes, insurance will pay for this home to be decked over, but only after both of those qualifying factors are met. OSB, also known as oriented strand board, is water resistant, and it's 95% wood chips and 5% resin and adhesives. Now, the wood used for OSB generally comes from small and fast-growing trees. It's not made of reused or recycled wood, but it also doesn't force manufacturers to chop down massive trees that have been growing for hundreds of years. Now, I've researched this, and credible sources on both sides disagree. Some say that OSB decking is stronger and more structurally sound. Others say plywood is. Simply put though, breaking, snapping, or cracking OSB is not an easy task. This makes for great applications that require great structural integrity. Now, while there are some credible sources out there that claim OSB decking is waterproof, I would feel more comfortable using the word water resistant. But regardless, sheathing does extend a roof's lifespan by making water damage less likely of a factor. It also evenly distributes the weight on your roof. When a massive snowstorm comes in, you don't have to worry about your roof sagging or bowing. And another added plus is that this OSB decking does come with a fire retardant treatment that helps prevent attic fires. Even though OSB decking isn't fully waterproof, the first step after laying it is to cover it with a synthetic felt that is. So as you can see here, he's rolling it out and there's beads of water that actually settle on it. Someone had spilled a water bottle, but it's such a great picture and illustration of how this water won't soak through but will actually roll right off of it. So now that the OSB is down, we're rolling the felt out. Ice and water, it's a pill and stick, goes in the valleys. You can see that black material there in the crevices. And that goes down before the valley metal will actually go down. So we're rolling out the synthetic felt, putting the ice and water in your critical points, anywhere where water could pull up. And these guys are now able to walk on this roof quite easily as synthetic felt provides quite a grip under your feet. So the decking is laid, the felt, the ice and water is laid, and it's time to shingle. And we are using GAF's HDZ charcoal. Now, HDZ is the only shingle on the market to have an unlimited wind rating, meaning it doesn't matter how fast that wind blows, it's not taking those babies off. Now, this warranty is very valuable, but it's kind of rare. You see, 95% of contractors aren't certified with GAF, and you must be to be able to offer this warranty. Not only do you have to be GAF certified, but you also have to install it a certain way. You see, 4 accompanying GAF products must be installed with the HDZ shingle to receive this wind rating. So we are GAF certified, and we offered 4 accompanying products with this shingle, and that was felt, ice and water, starter, and Z-Ridge. So the ridge, the felt, the ice and water, and last but not least, the starter. Now, the valley metal gets laid on top of the ice and water, and you don't see this on every roof, but it is the safest way to go as it protects your sensitive areas where water could pool. And once it's been laid, you can see the shingles get laid all around it, and it does provide a kind of a crisp, clean look. Now, besides having an unlimited wind rating, these GAF HDZ shingles have much more to talk about. For 25 years, the homeowner is protected against algae buildup streaks that are just so ugly on the roof. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about, here's a picture. Now that you've seen this picture, I'm sure that you'll notice it all over the place, especially if you live here in Oklahoma. And I'm sure you're wondering how this works. GAF actually specifically engineered capsules that are infused throughout the shingles with thousands of copper microsites. These breakthrough capsules release algae-fighting copper efficiently over time for long-lasting algae-fighting power. Interesting enough, blue-green algae is a bacteria that travels on the wind and it thrives in moist environments. So if one house in a neighborhood has it, all the other houses are now susceptible to getting it as well. So you can see the importance of having this algae-fighting technology in your shingles. While there are 2 other shingle manufacturers on the market that offer algae fighting technology, there is not another manufacturer that offers it at 25 years. The next closest would be CertainTeed with a 15-year, and the next closest would be Owens Corning with a 10-year. So you can see that GAF stands far superior above all other shingle brands when it comes to this algae fighting technology. Another added benefit of these HDZ shingles is that they do have the widest nailing strip on the market. And this allows roofers to nail at a 30% faster rate, also with much more accuracy. Now, these stats come from Home Innovation Research Labs, which is an independent research lab, and they're comparing your natural nail strip compared to these HDZ widened nail strip. It's important to note that when you're laying your average shingle, it needs to be at least 38 degrees Fahrenheit, but when it comes to your HDZ shingle, it can be any temperature. There's extra DuraGrip in these shingles that allows them to lay down and bond together despite the cold. One of our signature touches is to always put Z-Ridge in, and the reason we do this is because being the highest point of your roof, the ridge is one of the most vulnerable areas, so we add a ridge piece that's double the thickness and also accentuates the beauty as it adds to the curb appeal of your home. Here you can see now all the HDZ shingles are laid, and the final 2 steps are going to be the ridge and the vents, so you know we're getting close. I'd also like to note that the Z-Bridge does have the 25-year StainGuard Plus against algae buildup, and that's very important because quite a few roofers use cut-up 3-tab pieces on the ridge, and those would only have a 10-year warranty, and it would look pretty silly to have algae buildup on your ridge but not on the roof. So very important to use a Z-Ridge or something that also has a 25-year StainGuard Plus like the shingle. Otherwise, you're still susceptible to algae buildup, and if it's only on the ridge, it's going to stick out like a sore thumb. Being GAF certified, because we laid 4 accompanying products as mentioned earlier, along with the shingle, this homeowner now has a 50-year warranty. And yes, that includes workmanship, labor, and material to where this homeowner would not be coming out of pocket by any means at all if there was an issue that fell back on the manufacturer. And lastly, but not least, we added 3 turbine vents, which before that, there weren't any vents on this roof, which will cause the roof to deteriorate at a much faster speed. So this is now a healthy, certified, warranted roof, and homeowners happy. The roof looks great. This is another one for the books.